It is Ashley from Notjustboxing here with Tiernan Bradley. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, doing good. Just done press conference. Met my opponent for the first time. Seems like a nice lad. And yeah, done some media shots, and here we are.
So, were you sizing him up? What do you think?
Yeah.
Was he what
don't
you?
need to size anybody up. I mean, at the end of the day, David took down Goliath, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So I don't care about height. I don't care if they're smaller than me or taller than me. It's a fight at the end of the day. We get 2 hands, 2 feet, and we go in there, and hopefully we'll come out safely.
And it's funny you say that, because obviously you've got a crazy amateur pedgree, haven't you?
Yeah.
How many fights have you had?
Yeah, about 130 fights.
130 amateur fights. So you've boxed pretty much everybody, haven't you?
Yeah, anybody's anybody. I've fought in America, in the same tournaments as Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. I fought at the Commonwealth Youth Games, won silver out there, really should have won gold. Beat the Dalton Smith in the same competition. I fought Liam Wilson, who was a super featherweight champion from Australia, boxed him in the World Championships. I fought a lot of Russians as well, a lot of Ukrainians, so it's been fantastic. A lot of experience gained.
There's something great about boxing in Ireland. I think every Irish person is a boxing fan, which helps, right? And there's always been so much talent come out. Why is that? Culture
thing. At the end of the day, I think it's culture and blood. It's built in this, and and I'll say this for a lot of the Celtic countries in itself. Always referred back to boxing, rugby, contact sports. We've been fantastic, and England's been a fantastic addition to that as well. But Celtic countries has always been, for the size of the country, has always been a real fighting spirit amongst them all. But Ireland's always known for the fighting Irish. So yeah, I think it's blood, culture. It's something that's deep inside of us. And now when I say new emergence, it's not actually new, because it's been about 20 years. Is the UFC as well. MMA, a lot of new UFC MMA fighters that are doing fantastic. Paul Hughes had that fight against Usman Nurmagomedov, and Conor McGregor and Keelan Loughran and Ian Gary and some of the lads in PFL. We're a fighting country, and we will fight until the end.
Mm-hmm. So I spoke to your opponent probably about 20 minutes ago, and just said it's obviously billed as a 50-50. Would you say it is a 50-50? And he says he's not overlooking you at all. Yeah. He knows that it's a very tough fight. Every single fight now at this level for you guys is going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, if you get to be honest, when you're in these situations and you're fighting, you don't get boiled down to the statistics of percentages and this and that. As I said, it's whoever shows up on the night. So he knows what kind of fight he's in for, and I know what kind of fight I'm in for, and we don't need to talk silly. We don't need to talk shit about each other, because at the end of the day, we've had the same road. We've had the same road up. And he's had a few more fights than me, but we've probably been pro the same amount of years. So, at the end of the day, we're on the same journey, and it's whoever wins on the night, or whoever performs on the night is going to win. And I think that'll boil down to preparation and mentality on the night, whether we fold under the pressure of the fight fans in that famous York Hall.
Mm-hmm. Have you been to the York Hall?
Yeah, so I was there for the last GBM show, Ballingal against Casey Benjamin.
Yes, yeah.
And yeah, that was a fantastic fight.
That was a great fight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a fantastic fight, and the atmosphere was fantastic. I was sitting ringside, me and Izzy, and then next to Izzy was Conor Ben. And I know Conor Ben very well, and he came down to show support for my teammate Tommy Welch. He's fighting tomorrow night in Harrow. So yeah, I've been there. I've seen how well GBM do it, and when he's saying there how we're going to do better, I'm like, well, what are they going to bring out? Circus animals? Are they going to bring circus animals in there? It's fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to.
So preparing for a European title fight, obviously, your whole amateur career, everything, or your whole entire life is boiled down to this fight that's coming up.
Not really.
But in terms of what your goals are,
yeah,
right?
no, of course. Like if you boil it down to all roads have led to this point, is what you're saying, you know, and. My career definitely does not depend on this point. And I think I've been a European level before.
Is it going to bring the best out of you knowing this level, obviously, before?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, there's been times where I haven't performed against lesser opponents than who I'm fighting now.
Why is that? Sometimes
it's very hard to get your psyche up, get your adrenaline flowing for somebody that you know you're going to walk through his punches and get him out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fight or flight. You know, it speaks for itself, fight or flight. You know,
so what, you felt quite numb going into it? There wasn't really any.
Nah. You don't perform. You don't get that buzz in your butterflies in your stomach. And I always boiled it down like before in the changing rooms. If I'm getting butterflies in the changing rooms, I'm winning that fight. I don't care. I'm going to win the fight. And it stood to me in my 130 amateurs, and I know my intuition.
Mm-hmm.
So
definitely. Well, I wish you all the best on fight night.
Thank you.
I'll see you there, mate, and all the best in camp.
Thank you. Cheers. I appreciate it.